Asitukunayana Sumayana Siataya. Welcome to Reigniting the Soul Spark, a podcast dedicated to supporting you as you navigate spiritual awakening and step into spiritual enlightenment. Through conversation, meditations, and light language activation, the intent is to remind you of the spark that rests within the center of your heart so that you may find the truth of what it means to be fully alive. Hi, my name is Zhara. If it feels in resonance with your soul, get comfy, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hi, and welcome to the trailer for Reigniting the Soul Spark. My name is Zhara J. Mahlstedt, and I'd love to share with you a bit about myself, primordial sound, which is a form of light language, and what you can expect from this podcast. I create content to support the spiritual awakening process, and I'm the founder of Life Effects Living Water Droplets. I'm a lifelong student and have consciously lived a life of personal development and spiritual evolution for 2 decades now. Prior to that, and throughout my whole childhood, I was unknowingly in intense training to enter into a life of service. It's been a wild ride. I authored the book, The Heart's Portal, Awakening the God Force Within, to navigate beyond Great Divide into New Earth, and also host the podcast, The Dragon Diaries, which exists to support spiritually advanced tweens and teens. I also do a limited amount of one-on-one session work and mentorship, and I host a group call every week to assist people in coming up to speed with the New Earth resonance. I am not perfect and do not pretend to be. My human journey has given me profound opportunities for growth and harnessing the potential of who I am through trial and error. Because of this, I know firsthand that pain, suffering, and shadows are as beneficial to our soul's evolution as happiness, joy, and light. My experience is that integrating these dualities is what makes us whole as individuals and as a collective society. I'm in direct communication with my highest aspect of self, that which is God, Source, Creator, and channel all activations and meditations from this space. I can also connect with different versions of the One, that which is all, that do not reside here on the earth plane. Think dragons, ETs, and other interdimensional allies. My training and study of interdimensional light work has come directly through spirit and intense real-world initiation so that I could cultivate the gift of discernment. I've had some life-changing experiences navigating these planes of creation in the physical and non-physical realms. It really has been a journey of incredible growth. One of the more profound moments was in early 2020. I woke up in the middle of the night in an energy field that transcended time and space, integrating the eternal halls of creation into my cells and spoken word. In other words, I reclaimed God, Source, Creator, the infinite field of all that is, as my own individuated birthright. Instantly, I remembered the origin points of existence in the form of primordial sound, a form of light language. Some people may consider this a DNA awakening or DNA activation. From that moment onwards, life as I knew it halted and I began. When I say I refer to the infinite state of the Creator incarnate. Some of us refer to this as God, Source, or oneness. I knew who I was beyond this time and space and was able to communicate this frequency through my voice. I spent almost a year needing to consciously switch to speaking English as these primordial sounds became the first language that I knew, and I no longer connected with the resonance of the English words. Imagine if you woke up knowing Chinese, French, or Indonesian as your first language without needing to study a thing. That's what occurred for me. I began to discover how profound these sounds are in opening portals and shifting time and space so that people can heal and reconnect with their own eternal flame. The wisdom of the cell is literally incomprehensible, but we can begin to understand its wisdom by stating that it is the original spark in the original cell that created your life. This spark has always been you and is you. You are God, God is you. This is a force that we have access to and that we've been using, Kunayanasya, for the most part by default. Because one of the requirements for entry into this time-space reality that we know as life on Earth was to give up most, if not all, of our most important memories, especially that of being an incarnate version of the original Creator. However, we are able to take back our power and reactivate dormant strands of DNA through different light waves that are pulsing through our atmosphere. Using primordial sound, I can also reactivate dormant strands of DNA and remind your genetic sequencing of the Creator's original plan, that which was love. In other words, this form of light language assists you in remembering who you are. Not everyone will have instantaneous shifts due to the fact that we each have our own timing to begin and complete the ascension process. Our souls have journeyed through time and space to integrate long-lost memories as well as other lifetimes and to hopefully put an end to the karmic cycle. Some of us have to consciously step free of these loops before real integration of the original coding meant for mankind can begin. Consciously stepping free is about reclaiming your right as an individuated being to become self-responsible in all aspects of your life. It means letting go of the blame game and recognizing that you are the creator of your reality in every way, shape, and form. As you recognize this as an individual, we recognize this as a collective and can bring forth a reality in which we really care for one another beyond greed and egoic needs. When one is ready, watch out for the memories of the divine creator will come quickly. I've witnessed instantaneous timeline shifts for people in their health, happiness, and longevity, and have also marveled at internal quantum networking coming online instantaneously. I have seen people shed density, rebalance their energy centers, reawaken the genetic wisdom within, reintegrate their soul lineage, and remember who they are. My experience of speaking primordial sound to my own energy body, to others, the earth, animals, water, and the ethers, has led me to the knowing that the infinite resonance of God, Source, Creator, is within all, without exception. It is up to each of us to learn how to consciously use this force. My intention with bringing primordial sound into focus on this podcast is to support you in regaining or strengthening your own internal connection with the highest aspect of you, that is God. This is your right. This is in your inherent design to be able to connect with the infinite realms of the universe, the infinite love that Source is, that you are, without exception. This planet and people require as many sovereign individuals as possible to rise and reclaim their inner power, inner strength, and restore the original blueprint for mankind. This template saw you as the creator, you as God, you as the source of all that is, without exception. Timelines jumped and fractured many, many, many moons ago so that the original template for mankind was distorted beyond recognition. I speak these wavelengths also to remove the distortions that were purposefully inflicted upon the genome and bring us up to speed with the original blueprint of the Creator, that from which all descends and that which all is. You are a spark of the eternal flame. And when this flame burns brightly, you remind all those around you of their own. It is time for us to get back on track with our original intent for coming to Earth, to remember who we are and create a planet and society that we would love to be a part of and be proud to leave future generations. There are a lot of options here on Earth. And you get to choose what it is that you see. The wavelengths of the original force of God are present for all to use as they see fit. This current society that we see was not given the option to use it for all that it was intended because of the distortions, because of the false imprints that were placed in our genetic lineage as we came from the womb. We have the opportunity to reclaim all that we are. You have it all within. You don't need me or anyone else for that matter to guide you. You can guide yourself. Sometimes, though, it helps to have a little support on the journey. If you are in that space where a helping hand could be useful, I invite you to join me on this podcast. In addition to light language activational sequences, we'll explore many different facets of evolution, interdimensional reality, and the brass tacks responsibility that we have in taking back our power as individuals and as a society through radical self-responsibility and non-judgment. This means looking at who you are being on this earth, looking at the patterns, the self-beliefs, the limitations, and the thoughts that may not be supporting you. We'll go through it all. Asyutokunayana Sumayana Syataya. I wish you the most beautiful, magnificent road ahead. Asyutokunayana Syata Syataya Kumaya. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this episode has sparked the remembrance of who you truly are. If you've enjoyed this space, could you please like, follow, share, and or subscribe? Your actions here assist me in reaching more people who could use a hand in reweaving their genetic lineage as one. I would be so incredibly thankful. I'd like to thank Life Effects Living Water for supporting me and this episode. Life Effects Living Water droplets revitalize, restructure, remineralize, and clean any fresh water from a multitude of contaminants, including fluoride, heavy metals, chlorine, agricultural and industrial chemicals, and pathogens. They are my best friend when it comes to removing what filtration misses, intracellular hydration, and supporting the ascension process. You can learn more at lifefxlivingwater.com. If you're looking for additional support on your journey, please visit my website, ZharaJMahlstedt.com. I love questions and comments. Please feel free to get in touch. And lastly, if you feel to contribute to the growth of this work through a donation, please see the Patreon link in the show notes attached. Kasyutukunayana Sumayana Syataya. May you remember who you are as the eternal essence of all that is.